auto transformer. Okay, this is a auto transformer. So this auto transformer, so designed like this. That means this the output voltage can be varied by using this auto transformer. So they to decrease the voltage or to increase the voltage by using this tappings. Okay, by changing the tapping positions on the secondary side of the transformer, this output voltage can be increased or decreased. So this is also called as a variac. Auto transformer is also called as a variac. Okay, auto transformer is also called as a variac. So here, this auto transformer is having only one winding, single winding. The auto transformer is having only one winding. By changing the position of the tapping, the output voltage of the secondary of transformer is changing. This is called variable output. This is called fixed input. Fixed input, variable output. Okay, by changing the tapping positions here, by changing the tapping positions, so this output voltage of the transformer can be changed. Understood? So try to consider this is the core of the transformer, core of this auto transformer. This is core of auto transformer. The circular one is called core of the auto transformer. And here, this is called winding. Only one winding is used here. Okay, in auto transformer, only single winding that is connected like this. In auto transformer, only one winding, so that is so like this. Okay, so this is called so primary side. This is called A and C. So A and C are schematic representation. This the input terminal is called A and C. Here input terminal is called A and C. So here this is A is called phase and it is called C is called common. That is called neutral. Phase neutral. Understood? And then by changing the positions of the tapping, this E, the output voltage is variable. Understood? The output voltage is variable by changing the positions of the tapping. Understood? So A and C are the input voltage, that is called fixed voltage. Here fixed voltage, for example, 230 volts. This is the input voltage of the transformer, 230 volts. So we are how to decrease the output voltage levels? By changing the tapping positions here. By moving handle, okay, carbon brush. By rotating the moving handle carbon brush. Okay, so like this, by moving the handle carbon brush, okay, up to here, then the output voltage changes. Okay, so A and C, these are the input voltages, and then what is the output voltage here? E and C, no? So E and C is called variable output. So A and C, in between A and C, input voltage 230. So here C2, this called E, no? This called E handle. So this is the number of turns are considered. Okay, if this handle here means, so these terms can be considered. Okay, that means the output voltage is changing according to the number of turns. So if you are changing this here, okay, this output voltage is nothing but here to here. You can consider E and C. Okay, if it is connected some other positions. For example, this handle is so smooth like this. Okay, so what is the voltage here? What is the voltage here? C to E. So in between these two, that means by changing this handle, the output voltage of the transformer can be changed. Okay, so this is called auto transformer. By using the auto transformer, this output voltage increasing and decreasing by changing the just like taps. Okay, by changing the tappings on this secondary winding. Okay, so for primary winding of the transformer, this transformer primary side is fixed between A and C, 230 volts applied. But in E and C, based on number of turns, this output voltage changes. Okay, auto transformer is also called as a variac. Is also called as a variac. So schematic representation of the auto transformer is like this. Okay, so here auto transformer, this type of auto transformer is commercially known as a variac or dimmer starter, and is an important piece of equipment in laboratory. So in so you have a basic electrical engineering lab. So in that lab, by using variac, the output voltage can be varied. Okay, so for basic electrical laboratory, basic electrical engineering laboratory, and that laboratory, so this type of auto transformers are using to test the different type of equipments. Okay, for example, to test the when KCL, KVL. There are different types of methods are there. So by using this, by using the auto transformer, the output voltage is decreasing or increasing. Okay, by changing the output voltage means input. By changing this auto transformer, by using this auto transformer, we have to verify the KCL, KVL, and also different type of theorems, also superposition theorem. Okay, equivalence not as the all theorems can be verified by applying suitable voltage by using auto transformer. Okay, that's why this type of auto transformer is used in this auto transformer is used in laboratory. Okay, this type of transformers are commercially known as variac. Okay, or dimmer starter, and is an important piece of equipment in any laboratory. Okay, now we find that it's changing given voltage V1 to another level voltage is V2. So V1 is called input voltage, and some other voltage is called output, that is called V2. Okay, and this means transfer a given kVA from one side to another side. Transfer given kVA from one side to another side. So we have two choices, namely using a two winding transformer or using by auto transformer. Only two transformers are there. By using to transfer the from kVA from one side to another side. So two winding transformer and auto transformers are generally used. Okay, these are some advantages and the disadvantages associated with either. So let us we will discuss. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of this auto transformer? Understood? To understand this aspect, let us compare the two types of transformers in the equal. That is two winding transformer and auto transformer. Okay, in auto transformer, this is called input voltage V1. Let us assume V1 is called input voltage, and output voltage is required across the load is called V2. Okay, output voltage is called V2. Secondary side voltage. In primary side, that is called input voltage is V1. And the rated current supplied to the load is called I2. Okay, that is called load current flowing through the load is called I2. And the current drawn from the supply is rated condition is called I1. kVA to be handled by the both type of transformer is called V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. So that is called both types of transformer, auto transformer and two winding transformer. kVA to be handled by the both types of transformer is called V1 I1, that is equal to V2 I2. So kVA is nothing but V volt into current, volt ampere. So V1 I1 primary side kVA. So V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. kVA handled by the both type of transformer. Okay, so for two winding transformer, the primary number of turns are N1 and the secondary number of turns are N2. So like this. This is called two winding transformer. In this two winding transformer, the primary number of turns are N1 and the secondary number of turns are N2. For auto transformer, okay, the number of turns between A and C. So number of turns between A and C. So here A and C is called N1. The number of turns between A and C. Okay, so between N1 and number of turns between E and C, that is called output terminal across the load E and C. Okay, the number of turns across the output terminal E and C is called N2. Here N2, the number of turns are called N2. According to the number of turns only the output voltage changes, V2. Understood? By changing the tapping positions, by changing the handle. So in this direction and in this direction, by changing the handle position, okay, so the output voltage is variable. Understood? So A and C, the number of turns are called N1, and in between E and C, the number of turns are called N2, and therefore number of turns between A and E, here, A and B, uncommon portion, A and E. This is called common portion. Okay, primary and secondary. This is called primary and secondary. This common portion of the winding is called this is between E and C. Uncommon portion of the winding is called A and E. So this number of turns in this uncommon portion is nothing but in between A and E, N1 minus N2. Number of turns in between A and E is called N1 minus N2. So this is called A and C. Total number of turns are N1, and E and C, the total number of turns are N2. Then how many number of turns here? N1 minus N2. It's called this number of turns between A and E. This is clear. Understood? So this is about two winding transformer and auto transformer in this. So then let us discuss. So two winding auto transformer here. An auto transformer has a single winding. Okay, single winding, only one winding on iron core, and a part of the winding is common to both primary and secondary circuit. Understood? An auto transformer has a single winding on iron core, and part of the winding is common to the both primary and secondary winding circuits. So like this is called single core. The auto transformer is having a single core, so and also single winding. Core of the transformer is like this, and also is having single winding. Part of the winding is considered as a primary, and the remaining part is called the between E and C is called secondary, and A and C is called primary. Okay, and here, so auto transformer is a single winding, and iron core and the part of the windings are common both primary and secondary windings. Okay. So here this is called a step down auto transformer. Step down the auto transformer. This is so V1 is called voltage primary side voltage V1, and N1 is called total number of turns. Here total number of turns N1, and it's called second number of turns are called N2, and the output voltage according to the N2, the output voltage changes is V2. So V1 is greater than V2. That's why it's called a step down transformer. Okay, the number of turns on secondary side is less. N2 is less than N1. N1 is here to in between A and B. Okay, so how many number of turns that can be considered as N1. In between C and B, there is the number of turns. N2 is the number of turns. So N1 is more than that of N2. That's why N2 is less. N2 is less than N1. Okay, so N1 is more than N2. So that's why secondary terms are less. That's why it's called step down auto transformer. So compared to coming here, so V1 is called primary side voltage, and N2 is called secondary side turns. Okay, and N1 is called the number of turns on primary side. Yeah, number of turns in primary side is very less compared to secondary side. Secondary side, this is side number of turns are N2 is greater than that of the number of turns in primary side N1. Okay, that's why the V2 is greater than V1. Understood? So V2 is greater than the output voltage V2 is greater than V1. That's why it's called as a step up transformer, step up auto transformer. Okay, so by using this transformer, the output voltage is increases. For example, here 230 volts, the output is increases to about 230 volts. For example, here 230 volts, the output is decreases. The output is varying from 230 below only. The output is decreases to 230 below 330, 230. So understood. So this is the transformer step up and step down the voltage and step down the voltage based on number of turns in the secondary winding. You can say that this is called step down and this is called step up. Here number of turns in secondary winding is less. That's why it is called the step down transformer. Here the load is connected. Here load is connected. That's why it is called primary side. So that's why number of turns on secondary side is less. That's why it's called step down transformer. Here, number of turns on secondary side is N2 is more than that of the primary turns N1. That's why it's called a step-up transformer. So, first, primary and secondary windings are connected electrically as well as magnetically. Understood? The primary and secondary windings of these auto transformers are connected electrically as well as magnetically. So, electrically, the primary and secondary windings, two windings of this single winding is connected in some portion of the winding is connected as electrical, and some portion of the winding is connected magnetically. Okay, so that means the power that is called kVA transferred from primary side to secondary side of transformer in two ways. Okay, the kVA transfer from primary to secondary winding. Second winding of the auto transformer is two ways. One is conductively, okay, that is called electrically, and one is called inductively, that is called magnetically. Okay, the primary and secondary windings are connected electrically as well as magnetically. That's why the kVA is transferred from primary side to secondary side in the way two ways. That is called conductively, electrically, conductively transfer, and is also inductively transfer. Okay, therefore the power from the primary is transferred to the secondary conductively as well as inductively. Okay, according to the transformer action. Conductively as well as inductively. Understood? The voltage transformation ratio K of the ideal transformer is called same as two winding transformer E1 by E2, N1 by N2. So V1 by V2, I2 by I1. It's called K. Okay. So generally, so the K is nothing but N2 by N1. So that type of notations. So this type of notation is also valid. Okay. The voltage transformation ratio K is our ideal transformer is called E1 by E2 is equal N1 by N2 is equal to V1 by V2 is equal to I2 by N1 is equal to K. Okay, otherwise A, take the trans ratio K instead of K. So the K is already taken from N2 by N1 notation, N2 by N1, E2 by E1 and V2 by V1, I1 by I2 is equal to K. So we already taken, that's why consider here A, trans ratio, voltage transformation ratio, K, otherwise K. So like this. For this case, I'm assuming like this one. E1 by 8 is equal, N1 by N2 is equal, E1 by 8 is equal, by 8 is equal. Some constant that is called K, let us assume. So then the theory of under the winding 1 and 3 and 1 turns between 1 and 3, between 1 and 3. So winding, the primary winding, that is called N1 number of turns in primary winding. And similarly winding in the 2 and 3. So winding 2, 3. Okay, this is called common portion. So N2 turns. Okay, secondary winding. This is called secondary winding. It's called primary winding. The total 1 and 3 is called, between 1 and 3 is called primary winding. Between 2 and 3 is called secondary winding. Okay. And then input current is called I1. This is called I1 is called input current and output current is called I2. This is called I2. That is called current flowing to the load. I2. And the current flowing to the transformer is called I1. This is called I1. Input current I1 and then output current I2. Okay. Portion 1, 2, that is called, this is 1, 2. Winding as N1 minus N2 turns. The total number of turns are N1 and the total number of turns are N2. That's why so many turns are there here, N1 minus N2. And also this voltage, total voltage applied here, V1, and the voltage across this load is called V2. That is called secondary side. Between 2 and 3, the voltage V2. That's why, so voltage across here, V1 minus V2. Okay, portion 1 and 2 of the winding N1 minus N2 turns and the voltage across the this portion of one of the winding is called V1 minus V2. Okay. The current through the common portion of the winding is called here I2 minus I1 means here current I1 is entering like this. Okay. And the current I2 is entering leaving like this. So what is the current here? Okay. So I2 minus I1. So this current I2. Okay. And this current entering like this. So in this direction, if you are consider the current flowing to the secondary winding in this direction, okay, then current this current is called I2 minus I1. If it is current, this current is downward direction, that current is considered as I1 minus I2. If it is upward direction, okay, the winding current flowing to the winding is in this direction. That's why it is called I2 minus I1. So I2 minus I1 plus I1 is equal to I2. So entering currents is equal to leaving current. I2 minus I1 plus I1 is equal to I2. That's why entering current is equal to leaving current. Okay. And then, so in this, the equivalent circuit of an auto transformer, in this equivalent circuit of auto transformer, they from the equivalent circuit, so we have V1 minus V2 divided by V2 is equal N1 minus N2 divided by N2. Okay, so V1 minus V2 divided by V2. So V1 minus V2, here V1 minus V2. And also here the number of turns is called N1 minus N2. V1 minus V2 divided by V2 is equal N1 minus N2 by N2. Okay, this voltage is proportional to the number of turns. V2 is proportional to N2. V1 is proportional to N1. So that's why V1 minus V2 divided by V2 is equal N1 minus N2 by N2. So then N1 minus N2 into V2 cross multiply and V1 minus V2 into N2. And then simplify, you will get V2 N1 is equal to V1 N2. Then that's why nothing but N2 by N1 is equal to V2 by V1 is equal to K. Okay, this is called a transformation ratio of the transformer. So N2 by N1 is equal to V2 by V1 is equal to K. Understood? This way, this the auto transformer is working. And next, so in this auto transformer, so output apparent power is called V2 by 2. Am I right? Output power. Output apparent power is nothing but VA, volt ampere. Okay, yes, sir. That is called S. S is equal to V into I. So output apparent power is equal to V2 I2. The apparent power transferred inductively is equal to V2 into I2 minus I1. Okay, so this is called apparent power is transferred inductively. So this is the power is transferred. So V2 into I2 minus I1. Understood? So V2 into I2 minus I1. So what is the voltage here? V2. So this is called V2. In between 2 and 3, what is the voltage here? V2. And what is the current here? I2 minus I1. So V2 into I2 minus I1 is called apparent power output. Okay, output apparent power. Apparent power is transferred inductively. Okay, this is a transformer, auto transformer. The power is transferred from primary to secondary two ways. Now, one is inductively, one is conductively. So inductively means this common portion in between 2 and 3 is common portion is called inductively. Okay, this is called conductively or magnetically. This is called 2 and 3 is called magnetically or inductively. But this is 1 and 2 is called conductively. So conductively, I mean inductively or magnetically, power is transferred from primary to secondary is nothing but apparent power is transferred primary to secondary is nothing but this load current into voltage. Okay, that is called this winding. Here winding. What is the winding? Winding current. The current flowing to the winding. That is called I2 minus I1 into so V2. Okay, so V2 into I2 minus I1. The apparent power transformer is inductively is equal to so V2 I2 apparent power. So this voltage across the load V2 I2 is equal to V2 into I2 minus I1. So Y means so like this. So here V2 into I2 is equal same as I2 minus I1 into the current flowing through the winding is equal into V2 is also same. Okay, this is called power transfer from primary to secondary inductively. Okay, so V2 into I2 minus I1. Convert to this V2 secondary side parameters in terms of primary side. So V2 is equal to K times of V1. V2 is equal to K times of V1. Am I right or not? So V2 by V1 is equal to K now. So V2 by V1 is equal to K, N2 by N1 is equal to K. So that's why V2 is equal to K times of V1. Understand? Similarly, I2 is equal to I1 by K. I2 is equal to I1 by K. I2 is equal to I1 by K. So minus I1. So minus I1 as it is. And then simplify K into V1 into I1, take common I1 common, and then 1 by K minus 1. Then K into V1 I1 into 1 minus K divided by K. So V1 I1 into 1 minus 2. Okay, so V1 I1 is called input kVA transfer. So output power transfer, output power transferred inductively is equal to okay input into 1 minus K. So input into 1 minus K. K is called N2 by N1 or V2 by V1. Change here. So E2 E1 by E2 N1 by N2 V1 by V2 I2 by I1 is equal to 1 by K. Okay. So simple printing mistake. So yeah, otherwise it's called A turns ratio A. So E2 by E1 is equal to N2 by N1 is equal to V2 by V1 is equal to I1 by I2 is equal to K now. So opposite. Okay. Otherwise 1 by K. So change that and then so here already got the relation N2 by N1 is equal to V2 by 1 is equal to K. And understood. So apparent power transferred inductively is nothing but input into 1 minus K. Okay. So then next apparent power transfer conductively is equal input minus okay. The apparent power transfer conductively is equal to input minus the apparent power transfer inductively. Input minus the apparent power transfer inductively is remaining power is nothing but conductively power. By subtracting the apparent power transfer inductively from this input, then you will get apparent power transfer conductively. Okay, that is input minus input into 1 minus K. So input into 1 minus K. So this is called apparent power transfer inductively. So when we are subtracting this apparent power transfer inductively from okay from input, then you will get apparent power transfer conductively. That is nothing but input minus input into 1 minus K. Then that input into 1 minus of 1 minus K is equal input into K. Okay. K. So that is nothing but apparent power transfer conductivity is equal to input into K trans ratio. Transformation trans ratio. Understood? So here two concepts. Apparent power transfer inductively is nothing but input into 1 minus K. Apparent power transfer conductively is nothing but input into K. Okay. So here this power is transferred here. So based on magnetically or inductively. Okay. Here power is transferred based on electrically. Okay, electrically. That is called conductivity. Based on conductivity, this power is transferred here. Based on inductive or magnetic mechanism, the power is transferred magnetically or inductively. But here conductively, brother. Okay. So for inductively or magnetically, the apparent power is transferred is nothing but input into 1 minus k. Am I right? But here this apparent power is transferred. The apparent power is transferred through conductively is called input into k. So that is the main difference. Okay, understood. So how the power is transferred from inductively and conductively. Understood? Inductively. So is equal to, so like this. So apparent power is transferred from conductively is equal to input into k. Suppose the input power to an ideal transformer is 1000 watts. Let us assume, suppose for example, the input power is transferred to the 1000 watts and its voltage transformation ratio is equal to k is equal to 0.25. Okay. Suppose the input power to an ideal transformer is called 1000 volts and its voltage transformation ratio k is equal to 0.5. Then apparent power transfer inductively is nothing but input into 1 minus k. That is called 1000 into 1 minus 0.25 is equal to 750 watts. Then apparent power is transferred conductively is equal to input into k. That is called 1000 to 0.25 and 250 watts. Like this, the power can be transferred from primary to secondary by based on inductively and conductively. Okay, so this way the power of transfer in transformer inductively and conductively. So like this. And then next, saving of copper in auto transformer. So two winding transformer is the primary winding and secondary winding. But in an auto transformer only one winding, single winding. No? But in primary winding of the transformer is called only two windings. In this two winding transformer only there are two windings are there into primary side and secondary side. Normal transformer, generalized transformer. Okay, ordinary transformer is having primary turns and secondary winding, primary winding and secondary winding. But in auto transformer only one winding, that is called single winding. Okay, so for the same output and voltage transformation ratio, for the same output, so okay, understood. For the same output, here two winding transformer, here auto transformer, same output. Okay, so for same output and voltage transformation ratio, an auto transformer is require less copper. An auto transformer is require only less copper than an ordinary two winding transformer. Compared to this transformer, this auto transformer is require very less amount of copper because of only single winding is used. But here two windings are used, primary side and secondary side, N1 turns and N2 turns. So primary winding, secondary winding. So more amount of copper is required in a two winding transformer. But in a copper auto transformer, the copper amount of copper is required in a auto transformer is less. Okay, weight of copper is required in a winding is proportional to the current into tons. Weight of the copper is required in a winding is proportional to the current into tons. So weight of the copper. So weight of the copper in a auto transformer winding is copper winding is proportional to the current and tons. Understood? So number of tons. If the more number of tons is increasing, means where more number of tons are increasing means okay, more amount of copper is required. That's why weight of the copper is proportional to the number of tons. And also why this weight of copper is proportional to the current means. So based on current means if we want to handle the more amount of copper, more amount of current, if we want to handle the more amount of current, the cross-sectional area of the conductor is increasing. Am I right or not? Okay, if the current flowing through the winding is current I, so to handle the very high amount of current, the cross-sectional area of the winding is increasing, and also to reduce the resistance, the cross-sectional area of the copper winding is increases. Okay, area of cross-section of the winding, copper winding is increases, then only the resistance is decreasing. That means weight of the copper is required in a winding is proportional to the current and number of turns. Okay, based on that concept, we can find the how much of savings in a copper winding near auto transformer. Okay, saving of copper in auto transformer can be determined by using this concept. So weight of the copper winding is proportional to the weight of copper is required in a winding is proportional to the current and turns. Number of turns are proportional to the copper. The number of turns is increasing, copper requirement is increases. And also current is also proportional to the copper winding. The cross-sectional area of the winding of the transformer is increases, resistance is decreasing. The current landing capacity is increases. Based on the current, the cross-sectional area increasing means current landing capacity is also increasing. So that means current is also proportional to the copper requirement. So two winding transformer, weight of the copper is required is proportional to the N1 I1 plus N2 I2. The primary side copper and secondary side copper. Weight of the copper. So weight of the copper is required in a two winding transformer is nothing but primary winding in I1 N1. Primary side, so I1 N1. Secondary side I2 N2. So then auto transformer, weight of copper is required in section 1 and 2 is proportional to I1 into N1 minus N2. Here, what is the current I1? So what is the number of turns here? N1 minus N2. So weight of the copper is required in section 1 and 2 is called I1 into N1 minus N2. Weight of the copper is required in 2 and 3 terminals. Weight of the copper is required in 2 and 3 terminals is nothing but N2 into I2 minus I1 into N2. Here N2 number of turns are N2. The current is flowing nothing but I2 minus I1. The current flowing to the secondary winding, this common winding into number of turns is called the copper requirement. Am I right? Weight of copper is required in the section 2 and 3 is called I2 minus I1 into N2. Then total weight of the copper is required is proportional to, so this terms I1 into N1 minus N2 plus I2 minus I1 into N2. Then weight of the copper in auto transformer by weight of the copper in ordinary transformer is equal to weight of the copper in auto transformer, weight of the copper in auto transformer by weight of the copper in two winding transformer is equal to copper in auto transformer. That's why I1 into N1 minus N2 and I2 minus I1 into N2. Thereby weight of the copper in ordinary transformer I1 N1 into I1 N1 plus I2 N2. Then simplify. So weight of the copper in auto transformer by weight of the copper in ordinary transformer is equal to I1 into N1 minus N2 by I1 into N1 minus N2 plus I2 minus I1 into N2 divided by I1 N1 plus I2 N2. So then simplify I1 N1 and minus N2 into I1 and I2 into N2 minus I1 into N2. So like this, N1 I1 plus N2. So then N1 I1 plus N2 I2. So minus 2 times of N2 I1. N2 I1 and 2 I1 minus 2 times of N2 I1. There will be N2 plus. So 1 minus. So it simplify like this. We'll get 1 minus 2 times of N1 to I1 divided by N1 I1 plus N2 I2. So separate these terms. So N1 I1 N2 I2. So cancel each other. That's why. So 1 minus 2 times of N2 into I1 divided by N1 I1 plus N2 I2. Then so 1 minus 2 times of N2 I1 divided by 2 times of N1 I1. Because of N2 I2 is equal to N1 I1. So N2 I2 is equal to N1 I1. So because of this, so 1 minus 2 times of N2 I1 divided by 2 times of N1 I1. So that is nothing but 1 minus N2 by N1. 2 cancel and I1 cancel N2 by N1. So that is N2 by N1 is called K. So 1 minus K. Am I right? So then weight of copper in auto transformer, that is called WA. Weight of copper in auto transformer, that is called WA, is equal to 1 minus K times of weight of copper in ordinary transformer, that is called W0. WA is equal to 1 minus K times of W0. Understood? So WA is equal to 1 minus K times of W0. And then saving in copper is nothing but W0 minus WA. So that is nothing but, so weight of copper in ordinary transformer minus weight of copper in ordinary auto transformer. Then substitute here and then we will get K times of W0. This is called saving of copper in auto transformer. It's called K times of ordinary transformer. Saving of copper is like this. K times of ordinary transformer. Saving of copper is equal to K times of weight of copper in ordinary transformer. Understood? Saving in copper. Saving of copper in auto transformer is nothing but K times. Understood? K times of weight of the copper in ordinary transformer. So thus if K is equal to 0.1, saving of copper is only 10%. K is called transformation ratio. N2 by N1, V2 by V1, and I1 by I2. If K is equal to 0.1, and then saving of the copper is only 10%. But if K is equal to 0.9, saving of copper is called 90%. Okay, therefore the saving of copper is more when K is near to 1. Saving of copper is more in auto transformer when K is equal to near to 1. Understood? So that is about auto transformer. Then advantages of auto transformer. An auto transformer requires less copper, and then two winding transformer, a similar rating. Understood? Auto transformer is requires less copper, then two winding transformer. Understood? So similar rating. And second one, auto transformer operates at IEF efficiency, then two winding transformer of similar rating. Okay, this is one of the advantages. Auto transformer operates at higher efficiency than two winding transformer of similar rating. And next, auto transformer has better voltage regulation than two winding transformer for same rating. So voltage regulation is changing voltage from no load to full load. Okay, with respect to no load. I'm already explained voltage regulation. That is called changing from no load to full load. So better voltage regulation means changing from this auto transformer has its better voltage regulation than two winding transformer of same rating. So voltage regulation must be known. That means then only this input there is there is no changes in voltage from no load to full load. Okay, that means the losses in a transformer is less. Okay, this the voltage drop changes no load to full load because of resistance and because of inductance reactance. No? The transformer winding because of resistance and because of inductive reactance. The no load to full load output voltage changes. That is called changing from no load to full load. So if it is changing from no load to full load is less, that means voltage regulation is less. That is better. Okay, the voltage regulation is less is better. Okay, better regulation means changing voltage from no load to full load is very less. Okay, that means percentage voltage regulation must be minimum. Then only the transformer is a better performance. Okay. So next, auto transformer has smaller size. This auto transformer has a smaller size than two winding transformer of same rating. Okay. And advantages on the auto transformer is requires smaller excitation current than two winding transformer of same rating. So compared to two winding transformer, the auto transformer requires very smaller exciting current. That is called I0, magnetizing current I0 is required very less in auto transformer. Okay, and these advantages are decrease the ratio of transformation increases. These advantages decrease as the ratio of transformation increases. So an auto transformer has advantages only for low values of transformation ratio. Understood? These advantages decrease the ratio of transformation increases. Decreases as ratio of transformation increases. Okay, so an auto transformer has an advantage only for low values of transformation ratio. That is calculated. Understood? So then disadvantage of auto transformer. There is a direct connection between the primary and secondary. So therefore, output is no longer isolated from input. There is a direct connection between this primary and secondary. That is called the power is transferred from conductively and also magnetically. So in conductively, there is a direct connection between the primary and secondary of this transformer. So therefore, the output is no longer isolated from the input. Understood? That is the disadvantage. It is not safe for stepping down. Okay, a high voltage to low voltage. So it is not safe. This transformer is not safe for stepping down a high voltage to low voltage. Okay, so there is the disadvantage, and the short circuit current is much larger than the two winding transformer. The same rating. Okay, for short circuit current, the short circuit current is much larger than the auto transformer compared to two winding transformer. This is one of the disadvantages. Okay, this reduces the effective resistance and the reactance. This reduces the effective resistance and reactance. And the next applications of auto transformer. Auto transformers are used in compensate the voltage drops in transmission lines. Okay, and their distribution lines. When you use it for this purpose, they are known as a boost transformer. Okay, so boost transformer is the same as the auto transformer. So by using this transformer, it is possible to increase the voltage levels. From generating station to the distribution system, there is a voltage drops takes place. Okay, in transmission lines. Okay, that's why at the sketch this boost transformers are used. Okay, auto transformers are used to compensate the voltage drops. Okay, so from generating station to transmit the power from generating station to the load. So there is a voltage drops takes place in the middle of the transmission lines. To increase the voltage levels, this booster transformers are used. Okay, this type of transformer is known as a booster transformer. Okay, auto transformers are used for reducing the voltage supplied at AC motors during starting period. Okay, starting methods of induction machines. Starting methods is one of the application. Auto transformer is used in the starting of induction machine. That is called single phase machines or three phase machines, AC machines. Okay, motors. Okay, that is called agricultural pumps. Agricultural motors are used. Okay, that is called induction machines, AC motor. So this can be started by using auto transformer because of reduce the high starting current. So during starting condition, the starting current is more. So to reduce the starting current flow into the winding, so the auto transformer is used. Okay, auto transformer is used for reducing the voltage supplied to the AC motors during starting period. Okay, auto transformers are used for continuous variable supply. Okay, so this is about auto transformer.